Miss Johnny.
Miss Johnny Cash. Hey, baby.
Hey.
I was trying to fill everybody out, see how everything goes.
So you ready for it, man? I'm definitely ready, bro. This season 2 about to be crazy.
Girl, Tara J, y'all already know I'm coming with it, and I ain't keeping my mouth closed this season. I'm gonna tell y'all just like it is, period.
See the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and a giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. See, I'm riding through the city with my woo. Yeah, we tuned in HotxMagOnlineRadio. Yeah, she put that work in there, you know it shows. So who's fucking with this online radio?
What's good, y'all? It's your girl, Tara J. HotxMag Online Radio. Okay. Listen, I know y'all hear my voice. Your girl got a little cold. Okay. So please excuse my voice, but we in here like somewhere, and we got a special guest. Now, I know y'all are noticing something different. Yes, this girl is live at 3 p.m. I know it's crazy. Like I'm never live this early, but today we are, and we got a special guest coming back to the show. We had him on before a couple years ago, and we're bringing him back again because he got a lot going on. You know what I'm saying? We were working together recently, and we're always in communication so that we can figure out what we're going to do next to help each other out. So we got a special guest. He goes by the name of T.Ellis, and he's going to be coming up live real soon. Huge shout out to Million Guitar. What's good? Make sure that y'all go ahead and shop that Million Couture, okay? Go ahead and add million, as you see right here, and go ahead and shop some brands, y'all. She got the dopest clothing, and I'm not just saying that because we cool, because that's my friend. I'm saying that because it's true. Like, her clothing is definitely high quality. Let's start there. If you wash it, you still gonna be able to fit it after, okay? It ain't shrinking on you. It's very comfortable. Honestly, it's pretty warm too. Like, for me, if I wear a windbreaker, most of the time it's still a little chilly. Like, if it's chilly outside, you're gonna feel the wind. But for hers, I actually was hot. Like, I could sit here doing a show right now and be hot. So, if I had that on. So, it's definitely high quality, dope brand. It's so cute. You could wear it with anything, really. Like, I know y'all got sneakers in the closet. Y'all can wear it with different sneaks. And she even has sneaks on deck, slides on deck. So she got you right either way it goes. She got the what you call it, the ski mask on deck, or however y'all call them. And then she also got them hats. So y'all need to just go ahead and shop Million Couture. I ain't saying no more because y'all know what y'all need to do. He shout out to Nels D in the bill and what's good. So, like I told y'all, we have T.Ellis coming up live. But before we bring him live, we're actually going to get into his one-shot music video. So, for those of you who don't know what a one-shot music video is, it's a video that's shot just with the same scene. There's not different scenes. So, it's a one-shot music video. And it's to his single called Every Day. So, let's get into that, y'all.
Every day. Every day. Every day, every day, gonna get mine every day, every day, every day. I'm living like this every day, every day, every day. Trying to get mine every day, every day, every day. I'm living like this every day, every day, every day. I look at my life, it ain't okay. So I already know I gotta make some changes, cause this right here ain't remaining. Every day, I'm thinking of a new plan. Every day, I'm becoming more of a man. Every day, on my feet, I'ma stand. And every day, I'ma do always what I can. So I gotta get it up. I'ma do it like this, cause I'm never corrupt. Praying to the skies and asking God, trying to get out the situation that seems hard, because I want my life to just be easy. If you've been through it, then you can believe it. Every day, that's what I say. Every day, I'ma get it okay. Every day, every day, trying to get mine every day. Every day, every day, I'm living like this every day. Every day, every day, trying to get mine every day. Every day, every day, I'm getting mine every day. Every day, I'm trying to make a change. Every day, I'm gonna maintain. Every day, it's not gonna remain. Every day, sometimes it seems strange. Sometimes I wonder, I never worry, because I'm hooping up like Curry. So I'm just saying that's how I'ma go. I'ma get it up like so. I keep them in the road because I'm steady trying to move. I'm steady trying to move. I ain't got time to assume. No time to assume. No time to get stuck. I'm catching my luck. I'm coming through like what? Every day. Every day. Trying to get mine every day. Every day. Every day. I'm living like this every day. Every day. Every day, trying to get mine every day, every day, every day. I'm trying to get mine every day, just trying to get mine. Looking at my situation, never been fine. In the front, not behind. I'm steady looking, filling these pages like the booking. So I'm coming on a plan A, not a plan B, cause I'ma do it like this, you see. Trying to come up to a fortune, not no misfortune, fortune. No fortune, not popping off the court. I'ma do it like this, ain't coming short. Gonna stand tall, I'ma stand long. I'ma bring it back home, and I'ma just get it on. Just take it home to the plan B. I got a plan B, not no plan C, because I'ma do what I do. Coming through to myself, I stay true to myself in the cause. Without no hoop, I'ma still ball, because my nigga, I'ma be balling. Every day, I'm just standing tall and no falling, not behind. Coming through like this, I got to get mine. Got to get mine on it every day. On the day, my nigga, I'm not crazy, so let me just get it up and throw it. Coming through like this, I'm not gonna blow it. Not gonna blow it, I'm talking about that cash. Got that cash, I ain't trying to smash. Cause my mind is just be even. I'm coming through, but y'all ain't believing what I'm receiving.
I can't hear you.
Can y'all hear me from y'all end? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So yeah, y'all, like I said, it's not every day that we have T.Ellis on the show. So I'm super, super excited to have you back on the show. Like I was telling them, we just heard your song called Every Day. I like it. You know, it's super catchy. And for me, when I listen to a song, especially if I'm out and about, what's going to make me remember an artist would be their hook, because that's usually supposed to be the catchiest part of the song, or even part of your verse might be catchy, something that stuck with me. But when I listen to Every Day, I also hear that you mentioned some things in there, like how you're not feeling too much on how your life is going. There's some things that you need to change. So let us know a little bit more behind the story of your song Every Day.
Well, that was recorded a few years ago, and I was dealing with certain things. So, trying to figure out how to get out of the situation, even though I was talking about the problem, but I was also talking about solutions I
Mhm.
was thinking of at that time. So I was just, giving both sides, like, this the problem, this solution, this how to get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And how would you say your plan, to get out of that loophole that you were in? How did that go? How long did it take you to feel like, I'm on the right path to making it better?
But that particular situation, it took a little longer than expected, but I finally did, get to where I was trying to, get at. So eventually it worked.
Dope, dope, super dope. So for the people who are going to be tuning in for the first time, getting to know you, even though we had you on the show before, let the people know what city you're representing from.
Well, I'm from Alachua, Florida. That's North Florida, in Florida.
Yep. Yep. It's so funny because everybody from Florida has an accent, but I still like sometimes when I hear the accent, I can't just be like, oh, they're from Florida. It's crazy. I don't know how to explain it. Y'all all have to just have an accent. So how is it in Florida? With especially let's talk about the music. So I'm guessing that music video was shot in Florida too.
Yes.
Okay, okay. So how is the music scene in Florida for people who don't know?
Well, South Florida, they've been came as far as the music scene, they've been came up years ago, like from Two Live Crew to Luke to Trick Dad to Trina. That's all Rick Ross, Plies. That's all South Florida. But North Florida, we still coming up. We still trying to come up on a music scene.
Right.
And North Florida that consists of Jacksonville.
Mhm.
That's North Florida. Where I'm from, Alachua, Gainesville, Florida.
Mhm.
See, Alachua, Gainesville, Florida, we're not really known for music like that.
Mhm.
But Jacksonville, they kind of known because of 69 Boys and 95 South in the 90s.
Right, right.
I
Wow.
don't know
That's
if you ever heard the song called Tootsie Roll in the 90s. That was either
yeah.
90, no, that was 69 Boys.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I remember that song. That was a big song actually. And I don't know about y'all, but I still hear it at the family cookouts. So that's a song that will forever live on. That's crazy. So I know last time when you were on the show, it was I want to say during the COVID time, when we went live, and there was a couple of things we were talking about. We were talking about some of your films. I know back then you said that you were coming up with a new season, if I'm not mistaken. So tell us more about that. You had a movie, and then you said you were working on season two. How has that been going? Did you drop season two already?
Well, the movie Living Life,
Hmm.
we did part one and part two last year.
Hmm.
But it was originally called something else. But
Yeah.
I had a few people that backed out, and I just got two or three friends of mine, and we just came up with a whole new idea and whole new
Mhm.
concept, and we all did it.
Dope, dope. So how long did it take you to actually come up with a whole new concept? Because a lot of people don't know when you're writing a movie or a script or a TV show, it takes a lot, and to just throw that script away and start on a new script, that takes time. So how long did it take you to do that?
It didn't take long because although I had an idea that we was doing at first, but when I started something, I like to finish, especially if it's something I'm passionate about. So I was
Okay.
like, let me just think of a different title and
Hmm.
put a new storyline behind it, and that's what we did.
Dope. Wow, that's super dope. So how has it been so far? So it's out there, people been watching it. How has the feedback been for it so far?
Well, the response has been okay. It's
Mhm.
something we still promoting. It could be
Okay.
better, so we still pushing.
Okay, dope. Now, especially as somebody who writes the script and you're in the middle of everything, you're the director and all in all said, what would you say you would have changed about the entire film if you had to pick one thing?
Want to say one thing about it?
Yeah, yeah. If you had to pick one thing that you would change within the film, what would that be?
Well, living life. Well, I probably would change the because one of the characters I have him playing a pimp.
Okay.
So I'll probably change that. Just make it more positive.
Okay. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Would you say you have got like negative feedback when it came to that or something?
Well, I mean, I got a couple negative feedbacks, but at the time, changing the whole storyline, that wasn't the plan. So
Right.
we were just recording at a pace. So I had to quickly come up with a storyline for him.
Right. Right. Wow. That's dope. So, I mean, it's dope how you were able to, quickly come up with a storyline. Cause like I said, a lot of people can't do that. And then if there's anybody tuned in right now, I know Nels D was in here. Nels D works on films here in Pittsburgh. And he will even tell you, writing a script is a lot and then having to make adjustments to it last minute is a lot as well. So I salute you either way. But there's always, when you do a project or you do a film, a song, there's always something that you wish you could change. But it leaves room for the second part. But when you did Live in Life, you also didn't just do the movie, but you had a soundtrack for it too.
Right.
So what did the soundtrack consist of? How many songs were on the soundtrack?
I think it's about maybe 14 or 15 songs on it.
That's a lot of songs. That's a lot of songs. Now, did you include just the people that were part of the film, or you reached out to other people to be included as well?
Well, the ones that's on the soundtrack is just artists. One artist you do know, Rap Star, he's on the soundtrack.
Yes.
And I got a few other people that's on it, plus myself.
Nice. Okay. Dope. Yeah, he shout out the rap star. He's dope. Always supportive. So he shout out to him. And like you mentioned that you're from Florida. So how do you go about getting your other connections? Because people here in Pittsburgh like me, Lisa Lease, Rap Star, and so on.
Well, due to Facebook,
Mhm.
seeing certain people online and looking at their profile, like whether they're in the industry. So that's kind of how I go about it. And I met Rapstar back in 2020.
Mhm.
Then I think I met you from his page. It just goes like that.
Yeah, domino effect. Definitely a domino effect. And you guys, it doesn't stop there because not only does he have Living Life, but you also have another movie. Y'all gonna laugh at me, but I cannot pronounce the first part of the movie. But it's Alachua. Is it Alachua, Florida? The
Uh,
movie?
it's Alachua, Florida.
See, I mess it up every time, y'all. Yes, Alachua, Florida, the movie you also have out. So let the people know a little bit more about that movie.
Well, that movie, that's just mainly about my hometown, Alachua, Florida.
Mhm.
Me and a good friend of mine came up with the idea, and he was the best person because we both from there, and we're
Mhm.
both around the same age, so we went to school together. So there's certain things that only me and him would know, as opposed to anybody else that I'm cool with.
Right, right. No, I feel that. So how let's talk about it. For people like you mentioned how Florida is music wise, but how is Florida growing up in general? How was it growing up there for you?
It was hard. It was pretty good. To see down here, our weather is kind of different. Like
Mhm.
during the winter, some days it can be hot, it
Mhm.
can be warm. Like today, it's hot, and it's still wintertime.
Wow.
Certain people call our weather bipolar.
Mhm.
One day it's hot, one day it's cold.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds like Pittsburgh. People swear Pittsburgh weather is bipolar, but I'm starting to believe it might be. I mean, here it's so hard to um not get sick, because it's wintertime here. But the other day we just had a day where it's 60 degrees coming from 15 degrees and 8 degrees. So, the weather changes make your allergies and asthma and all that act up and you get sick. So, it's a
right?
lot. It's a lot. So, when it comes to that other movie, the Florida movie, did you actually do a soundtrack for that one as well?
Oh, we didn't do a soundtrack for that one because during the time me and him did that one, I
Mhm,
was also in the middle doing the TV show that I'm doing,
mhm.
and a few other things.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the grind don't stop. But I know a lot of people are wondering, TV show. Tell us a little bit more about your TV show.
But that one is called Life Happens.
Mhm.
The concept behind that is whether you have a dream or whether you have a goal, if something bad happened in your life, it can slow you down, but it doesn't have to stop you. Because I know with certain people, they can go through something, they might slow down, and they might even stop doing what they was doing before. Then
Mhm.
certain people can be so focused, it slows them down, but they find a way to keep going. And sometimes things happen unexpected.
Yeah.
Some people say, oh, that's life. So I kept thinking life happens because we don't know what's going to happen each day.
That is very true. You never know. And life definitely happens. It definitely has. Speaking of that, what would you say if you had to pick one time out of your life was the hardest time where you felt like life happens, but this is tough for me?
Well, back in 2017, when I had a stroke,
Mhm.
because, when the way that happened, and I went through that for about 2 months before I started back walking. It
Wow.
was a situation I couldn't control,
Right.
you know, and it did change my life because I almost had a near death experience that let me know personally that whole saying, you could be here today and go tomorrow. I really um, believe that personally
Yeah.
on the inside.
Yeah, and it's so scary when you think of that. And I'm glad that you shared that with us because I don't think a lot of people realize how important it is to remain stress free. You know what I mean? Like being stressed out, and then not saying that's the only thing that can cause that. Not saying that, but stress is a big one. And I feel like in this world, we all stress a lot, over different things, family, friends, bills, businesses, music, etc., health, and it's important that we stay calm, drink your water, mind your business, and just focus on your health, because it's really important. And think about it. We just had bad news come up yesterday. We actually lost a legend in the game, Irv Gotti, which was pretty
Right?
sad. Irv Gotti was definitely a legend, Murder Inc. And it's just a shock to hear that he passed away from a couple strokes. It wasn't just one, but he experienced a couple, and it's sad and scary. Because, like you said, you could be here one day and go on the next. But I'm glad that you're still here with us, to be able to share your story. And one thing I did notice, a lot of times when people do go through traumatic situations, and even before, they actually talk about it, rather that be through music or films or documentaries. And I noticed that you do have a documentary called The Rise of T.Ellis. So would you say that that documentary rised after your accident in 2017?
Well, the way how I came up with the idea is because Sean,
Hmm.
the guy that used to be with Bad Boy, but he's doing prime minister and police, but he did a documentary, and
Hmm.
I watched the whole thing, and he inspired me to do one
Right.
because before the stroke, like 2015, 2016,
Hmm.
other than music, that's when I started, getting into other things. So my whole concept, that was my rise and doing other stuff, plus the music.
Right. Right. Oh man. So would you say, because I mean I'm sure there's other people out there. I've had family members that have suffered from a stroke. And it's a life-changing experience. It really is. Would you say that after that situation it kind of hindered your performance, what you can do now as far as your media and your acting and your music?
Well, I have to say, not really. Um, as far as like walking and stuff like that, it slows. I mean, it slows me down a little because I still have a limp from that stroke, so it just
Right.
slows me down a little physically, but not much.
Right. I know that's right. Got to keep moving. You know what I mean? Wow, that's exciting. So what else, do you got coming up in 2025 and so on?
But the clothing line I'm doing, Rich Life and 50 grand, and I have a few others. I'm gonna do also Forever Young Creators Universe. So I'll
Mhm.
be doing all of those and continue doing a magazine and just basically continue doing the stuff I'm already doing.
Yes. Hold on. So let's talk about it because I don't know a lot of people know, but you have One for All magazine. Um, and you featured me recently, so thank you. I appreciate the feature. And you also had Lisa Lise and other people on there. So let us know a little bit about your One for All magazine. How did that come about for you?
Well, I mean, the Foster name one for all, that's just for everybody, whether you do music, whether it's a business, it's for everybody, one for all. And as far, that started a couple years ago, but I had a different name,
Hmm.
Music Culture. But then I ended up changing the name for
Right.
making more sense. You
Right.
know,
Wow, that's interesting. So, what type of things do you cover in a magazine for those of the people that don't know about your magazine?
well, music,
Hmm.
um, other parts, entertainment,
Hmm.
business owners,
Hmm.
whether local or corporate, like everything, anything, and everything I can think of.
Right. That's how you do that. Period.
And
That's
also, the two latest new features, 6 stars, because I didn't take the idea that what inspired me. The Source used to do 5 mics
hmm
back in the 90s and 2000. And when they was doing that, that was important to rappers and people that used to read the magazine. I used
right.
to get them in. We used to look, see who had the 5 mics and who did.
Hmm.
So the 6 stars that inspired me to do that. But instead of me just talking about music only, I just kind of do me talk about the artist or actor, whoever,
Hmm.
overall in general, and tell
Right.
your story. Somebody went through something or something negative or positive. If they want to tell their story, that's what that feature is for.
Right. I love that because there's a lot of times that people go through things. And when you share your experience with them, you never know who can relate or who that helps get through the same situation that you've been through. Um, that's just like some people suffer from losing somebody, you know, everybody experienced that at some point. So telling your story can help that next person get through losing somebody. So I like that. I like that you put that in there. I think that that can change, a lot for people and help motivate people as well. So that's what's up. Salute. Super dope. So what else? So I know you mentioned that you have the clothing brand. Tell us a little bit more about that. Why that name for your clothing brand?
Well, rich life, because that's the lifestyle that I've been working on getting to.
Mm,
But to me, it's not just about just having a lot of money. Like it's a whole lifestyle that comes with it.
mm.
That's connected to the mindset. So that's kind of where that came from.
I'm glad that you said that because a lot of people hear the word rich life and think, oh, you just want money. You just want all the money in the world. And it's like, no, there's a lot to it. And it's so funny because I feel like me and my fiance were just talking about this the other day. There's a difference between where we are now and actually being in that rich life. For prime example, a regular showcase in whatever city right now, like an independent showcase versus the Grammys, it's a big difference. It's a different lifestyle, it's a different experience. And it's something that a lot of people want to experience at least one time in life. Me personally, if I get invited to the Grammys, I'll go to the Grammys with $50 if I had to, if I was invited for free. Like, you know what I mean? It's about the lifestyle, but I definitely would love to be rich one day. And I don't mean just money. So I definitely agree with you. What's one thing you look forward to in a rich life?
Well, for me, it also means ownership, owning something,
Mhm.
and also being rich spiritually, you know, like righteous and having that ongoing relationship with God. So that's the spiritual part of it.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't look at it like that too. I didn't even think of that at first, but you're right. Yep. You're very, very right. Wow. So, throughout your whole experience with the magazines, with the films, with the music, I know you had to meet some great people, and you're in Florida and people travel out there all the time. So let us know a time when you met somebody amazing who you look up to.
Um, what are two people I kind of look up to that inspire me,
Hmm.
but it's more on a business level.
Hmm.
It's Dame Dash and Master P.
Hmm.
And God rest his soul. He just inspired, this person inspires me more in life in general. Nipsey Hussle.
Yes. Yes. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. He was a dope individual. I was one of them people that heard Nipsey's name multiple times, but I was never really hip as far as listening to his music as much or really just following his whole vibe. But once he passed away, I kind of, looked into it and I was just like, dang, he was a dope individual for real. Like, shout out to him. I feel so bad for Lauren London and his children and his family. Like, that's a tragedy for real. You mentioned Dame Dash as well. Dame Dash is dope. I see him still. Honestly, he still is pretty, relevant out here a little bit. He be doing interviews and stuff. I seen him on a couple interviews recently.
And I want to say something like towards Dame because I see some of the comments on YouTube, like when it comes to him and Jay Z, and not knocking Jay Z, but some people, oh, they put Jay Z over Dame because he has a lot more money.
Hmm.
And that's true. But um, Dame Dash whole mindset, I'm just drawn to that. That's how I was able to get inspired
Hmm.
because he still has that boss mentality that, he just has a whole mindset.
Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
far as Master P is just, um, well, him too. He speaks about ownership and, some other stuff.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. No,
like
I agree.
if there's moments I need further encouragement, I will go to YouTube. I'll watch this, Dame Dash, Master P,
Hmm.
and Nipsey Hussle.
Yep.
So when I'm listening to them, but the stuff they talking about, it goes to my spirit. Like I receive it.
Hmm. Yeah. Dame Dash definitely be speaking the truth from people don't realize that. You know, I always wonder what happened with Jay Z and Dame Dash. Because at first they were working together, then they weren't. And as I'm listening to the interviews, Dame Dash is the main one to really speak on it. But the things that he say and the things that we hear about Jay Z now align, unfortunately. Um, Allegedly align. And for me, it's just like, wow, like the person who I thought was cooler at the time really is a monster. And the one who I didn't pay as much attention to, but still paid attention to, is the one that we should have been paying attention to the whole time. So, it just kind of sucks how things play out. It really
Right.
does. And with you, I mean, you are in the entertainment business. So what's your intake on the whole P. Diddy situation?
I'm not sure what to think because other artists he had in the past, they started coming out like Chopper. I'm seeing
Mhm.
interviews with him, Freddie P. Now day 26, they doing interviews and everyone's, saying how they was done wrong.
Hmm.
Um, but if he was guilty of all the stuff he did, I would just say hopefully he'll be given a fair punishment.
Yeah.
But the way day 26 describe him is when he's not on drugs, he's just more of a good person, down to
Hmm.
earth. But when he's on drugs, he's like a monster, like something else.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get to see their interview yet, day 26's. I seen it on Twitter. People were like, what did he do to make them cry? And I'm like, cry? What is going
Yes, it's because Q, he didn't really go into details to what happened,
on? Hmm.
but whatever happened during that experience,
Hmm.
he said he became schizophrenia and bipolar, and every year he has to get a shot because of that. So whatever happened with or whatever he's seen, or I don't know what happened, but it was pretty serious with him.
Wow. And that's so sad. That is really sad that, he has to even go through that. Oh man, my hearts go out to them and everybody. If this is true, what's being alleged, my heart goes out to all of them because that's terrible. And it's really even terrible for us, the independents coming up in the game, and also for the people who looked up to those stars. Because I don't know about y'all, but me growing up, I would have never thought any of this was going on. I would have thought that Hollywood was freaking like Candyland for us. But now, as you grow up and you're hearing all the horror stories on what people had to do to get in Hollywood and how to maintain their image, and if you didn't, you were nobody, and they'll, tear you down. It's terrible. And I got to the point where I was just like, I don't even care about this rich life if this is what it comes with. You know what I mean? But like you said, we have to remember there's a lot that comes with the rich life, and it's not always just about Hollywood or being signed. It's more to that. But after hearing everything that you heard day 26 and so on about Diddy and everything that goes on in Hollywood, allegedly with the people in Hollywood, like some big names, what's your intake on that as far as where you want to take your career in the future?
Well, I wouldn't want to go to take the path that did it to at all, but
Right.
for me, take a better path,
Hmm.
a right path, and not have to, step on nobody or do rob somebody to get on top.
Right.
You know, if it takes longer to do it the right way, then that's just what it takes.
Right. Right. That's very true. I mean, me personally, I feel like, back in the day, being signed and being part of Hollywood was a big thing. But being independent, whether you're a business owner or whether you're an artist, media, whatever it is, being independent is a huge wave right now. And a lot of people are taking that wave. We're taking a stand. We want to do things on our own. We want to be able to say we own things. And I think that's great, honestly. I do. And then it allows you to stay yourself. We don't want robot T.Ellis. We want the real T.Ellis.
Right.
Man. So, any new music you got coming up for us soon?
Well, yeah. Um, the song. Well, it's not really new, but I will have to put it back put it back up, back out. It's called "She Back It Up." Then, I'm getting back in the studio to record more new music.
Dope. Dope. Now, do you record yourself or do you go to an actual studio to record?
Well, the studio I'm going to now, they don't have an engineer, so I'm basically recording myself now.
Okay. Okay. That's super dope. I mean, hey, like I said, we taking a stand. We're doing everything's on our own now. So it's pretty cool and fun. Okay, so that's dope. That's dope. What's the next movie you're gonna be working on?
Well, yeah, it's a movie that me and a good friend of mine rewriting. He came up with the idea. It's called The Good Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That was his concept, and we just collabing on it. It's basically gonna be about when the drug trade hit Miami, Florida.
Oh, okay.
So we, that's what we write. We both writing this.
Mm-hmm. That sounds dope. That sounds dope. It sounds real interesting and actiony. Sounds real good. If you had to, just to give people a little taste of what to expect, if you had to compare it to a different show or movie that it's like, what would you compare it to?
Well, this one,
Mhm,
um, I can kind of compare it to the first couple movies I did, Life in the Hood.
mhm.
It'll be a little similar to that as far as the hustling. It'll be a little similar to that.
Okay. Okay. Dope. 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 That's really dope. Okay, I see you out here. Now, I know a lot of I would say I wouldn't even say independent because Tyler Perry's big now, but a lot of franchises like to what I call recycle and reuse their actors. Um, for instance, in Tyler Perry stuff, whether it's a TV show or a movie, you kind of see the same actors rotating in different films. So is that the same thing for your TV network? Do you rotate your actors, or are there new actors every time?
Well, right now it's like rotating
Hmm.
because they're the only ones that stuck with the ideal and go all the way through with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? That's so tough. And I do want to get your intake on this because a lot of people, especially independent, you put something up and you say, "Hey, I'm doing this." People go, I'm interested. I'm interested." You get all these people. But the day that it comes, where are the people at? Do you deal with that a lot when you go to film?
I have because the movie is gonna do before I had to change it. Love Lost of Life. I had three people that was in another city,
Mhm.
and two of those backed out. One, she's still, gonna do something with me, but I will have to go to her city to do it.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. Now, is that something that your network is amping up to do this year or maybe the following year is start traveling?
This year.
This year, okay. That's dope, that's dope. Now what city are you taking down first?
Well, she's in Jacksonville, and that's not too far away from where I'm at. So I will go there and get in some scenes.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah, huge shout out to her, huge shout out to you. You know what I mean? That's gonna be super dope. And a different experience, getting different scenes in a different city could be exciting as well. So that's dope. That's super dope. Now for that movie, do you plan on doing a soundtrack too?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
and
That's
the whole soundtrack because in the '90s, whenever a movie came out, there was a soundtrack.
mm-hmm.
Then somewhere in the 2000s, movies stopped, doing soundtracks.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, that's why I got the idea. So kind of trying to bring that whole idea back, like the soundtracks that helped sold the movie.
Yeah. I did realize that. I'm glad that you made that point. I don't know if y'all realize that too, but that is very true. Back in the day, every movie had a soundtrack. And then, like you said, early 2000s, it just stopped. But the way that they phased it out was interesting because I feel like there was always an artist or two that made a song dedicated to the movie, but you didn't have a whole soundtrack. So I don't think any of us really realized, oh my gosh, there isn't no more soundtracks. That's
Like
crazy.
like the TV show Power. 50 did the whole song for that,
Mhm.
and it worked.
Right. It did. Yup. Even I think the last TV show that I can remember that had a soundtrack was Empire, honestly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm. Yep, I believe it was just Empire, and I think the only reason that was because it was, like, too obvious, it's a music show. Why would you have songs on the show and not make it a tape type of thing? Or they
And
coulda just put it
right,
together. You know what I mean? I don't
even
know.
even though even though that's a show,
Right.
um, some of them songs they got sound good enough to be just out as regular songs.
Yeah. They do. They do, honestly. And then you had I mean, think about it, if we're talking about Power, you had artists in there that were real artists, like, you had, what was her name? I don't know her real name. And she was in Chris Brown's music video dancing, but the main girl, and she was Hakeem's girl. I forgot her name. Um, but you had her, you had Hakeem. Hakeem does music in real life. Who else? You had Jesse Smollett. He does music in real life. I haven't heard anything from him in a while. I wonder what happened with that whole situation. But yeah. Well, what would you say is your favorite TV show in Hollywood?
Well, one is, I don't know if they're coming back with another season, is Wu-Tang the American Saga.
Interesting. I never watched it, but I know what you're talking about. That was interesting. So it was just about the Wu-Tang Clan, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it's more about when they was coming up and how things took off and everything.
Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, I gotta check. What's that on? I gotta check that out one day. I don't think I ever seen that one. Mm-mm.
That's on Hulu.
Okay, Hulu. Hulu be having all the shows. Have you ever watched Making of the Band back in the day?
Yes, I watched the first one
Hmm.
with the band,
Hmm.
then the King, and I watched Summer Day 26.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's man. It was good times. I mean, reality TV was big back then, but I mean, nowadays it's still big. It's just not as meaningful, I would say, as it was before. I love me some baddies. Don't get me wrong. What's up, bro? Shout out to Andre. I love me some baddies, but it's not. I'm tired of watching beautiful women beat on each other all day. I want to see people grind. I want to see what they're doing. We used to have cooking shows on TV. There's a bartender show on TV. But I feel like we need more music shows. In every city, there's somebody's doing music. So it's like, why don't we have more music shows in these cities? So,
And like BET,
hmm.
MTV probably like when they first came out in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
they was built off. I mean, BET especially was built off music.
Hmm.
Like that was the foundation.
Yep. Definitely was. Man, things will just never be the same. I remember 106 in Park. Did you ever watch 106 in Park?
Yes.
Yeah. That's something that I wish that we still had till this day. But I was talking to Nels the other day about this, my fiance, and I was like, I don't see how they would do that now though, because back then TV was bigger. We all had our parents had cable. So, internet was there, but it wasn't as big, where you could watch everything. So BET was huge to watch music videos. And he said, they might bring it back. And I'm like, yeah, but how are they going to bring it back? Because not everybody has cable. Not everybody wants to pay $80 for YouTube TV. And by the time
Yeah.
that, you go to stream it, or even if they do a YouTube channel, I can just YouTube the music videos I want to watch. So why would I do that? So it's just like, if they do that, I really wonder how they will go about doing that. It's
For one of
crazy.
the owners for BET,
Mhm.
um, he was saying that they're gonna bring 106 in Park back as a podcast.
Now that's dope. Okay. Now that's dope. That will work. That will work. So it'll kind of be like a radio podcast type of thing, maybe where they interview people.
I
I'm
think
guessing,
so.
yeah, and maybe play their music. That's dope. Now that I will tune into. That I will tune into. So if people wanted to follow you on social media, keep up with the films you got going on, the music you got going on, the clothing line you got going on, and everything else, where could they follow you at?
On Facebook, Travis Ellison, Instagram,
Mhm.
Travis Ellison, TikTok, One Fall Magazine, Twitter, One Fall Magazine, and LinkedIn, One Fall Magazine.
Yes.
Well, I
Make sure.
wanted to add something else too, because I've been, I want, the podcast I do, the hotspot, that's something I've been doing for like maybe a few years now.
Mhm.
And I started doing this last year, like my own talk show, Ellis Talk.
Nice. Tell us more about your talk show.
Well, I kind of do it in the form of like any other talk show, like well, with mine without an audience.
Mhm.
You're talking about a subject, then you bring the guests on. That's kind of how I got that set up.
Okay, that's dope. So kind of like a pre-recorded type of thing.
Yes, like that.
Okay, that's dope. That is super dope. So where are some of the things that you talk about in your show? What type of guests do you welcome on the show?
Um, like artists or anybody that has something going on.
Okay, that's dope. So you just this is another form of a platform for them to be able to share their experiences and their talents and everything.
Right.
That's dope. And then so your talk show is different than your podcast, right? Those are two separate things.
Yeah, it's a little different because on a podcast when I'm interviewing somebody,
Hmm.
then I'm the one like holding the phone or doing. I'm behind it, so nobody can see me. They can only hear me. But
Right.
with the talk show, they can see me because I
Hmm.
have it set up where I'm kind of sitting next to the person,
Hmm.
so there's recording both of us, like that.
Dope. Okay. Okay. I like that. I get that too. That's kind of like how I have the radio thing and then this. You can hear me one day, then you see me the next. So super dope. Wow, that's dope. So how can people check out your talk show or your podcast?
All that is on my YouTube channel, LSTV Network.
Okay. So make sure y'all go ahead and follow and subscribe and like and comment and share on his TV network on YouTube. He's posting all the time about it. So if you follow him on social media, you'll be able to find his YouTube page without a problem. Also, let's say if somebody wanted to get in contact with you about being a part of your magazine, how could they do that?
On my Facebook page, Travis Ellison, or the email
Mhm.
travisellison237@gmail.com.
Oh, okay. Y'all heard him. So if y'all want to be part of a magazine, get your story out there, tell your story to the world, make sure that y'all check him out, be a part of the magazine. And make sure y'all go follow him for real. Go follow him on social media. Like I said, he is no stranger to the show. I'm sure he will be back again real soon. Next time, hopefully, we get to see some of the merch in person. Um, but make sure y'all go follow him. Now, before we do go, so they can go follow you and check out your content, do you have any special shout outs you want to give today?
Yes. First, I want to give a shout out to you and your platform.
Mhm.
And I also
Thank
want to give some shout outs to certain people that, supported me over the years.
you.
Ed Ford, Edwin Duncan,
Mhm.
T Baby. And I also want to give a shout out to like certain like good friends of mine and stuff like Cliff Murphy,
Mhm.
TOLC, MOG,
Mhm.
said the CEO.
Mhm.
Give a shout out to my daughter, give a shout out to God, and also give a shout out to my hometown, Alachua, Florida.
Yes, huge shout out to Alachua, Florida. I finally said it, y'all. But yes, huge shout out to them. Huge shout out to your daughter. I didn't even know you had a daughter. Huge shout out to her. How old is she?
19.
Oh wow. Okay, she's older too. Yes, huge shout out to her. I know she's proud of you and everything that you got going on. But I gotta ask you, does she do music too, or is she into acting?
Well, not as far as I know. And
Okay.
if she does do music,
Mhm.
I would prefer, well, I would hope it'll be singing, not
Oh,
rapping.
I feel that. Look, I definitely feel that. A lot of dads do not like their daughters rapping. I get it. I definitely get it. Yes, huge shout out to her. Huge shout out to your family, your supporters, your friends. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for showing support all the time. Like I said, everybody goes through things in life, but you never let that stop you. You keep pushing and you keep spreading the love to the world by helping other people showcase their talents. I also appreciate you for coming live on the show again, always showing support to your girl. And like I said, share your stuff to me like you have been. And the support's always gonna keep going. You got to.
And I also want to give one last shout. I almost forgot. Want to give a shout out to Pittsburgh because there was a time I did visit there, so
Oh,
I got to experience and see how it is versus being here in Florida.
yes. Did you like it?
Yes.
Yes, Pittsburgh. He shout out to Pittsburgh. Yes, that's my hometown. and you met a lot of the other artists too. And there's so many more that you can meet. Hopefully we can get you back in Pittsburgh real soon. That'll be dope. But that is it for you guys. We are out of here for today. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow him on social media. Check out all his media and everything. Y'all already know it's your girl Tara J. Well, hi, HotxXMag Online Radio. And we out of here for today, you guys. Peace.